gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Obstacles will get in the way, stumbling blocks to hinder your day, but you can't afford to let them stop you. No matter how hard it is to go through, you got to stand up and continue fighting. Endurance shall win in the ending. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Be of a strong, positive mind. Negative thoughts, leave them behind. We got to go forward in sure certainty. Let no element humbug that possibility. But if you give up, you have no way of knowing if next day would have brought good tidings. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Behind every dark cloud there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. We gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. We know it's a long and winding road, and we got a heavy load, but we have to hold it straight. Get up and try again, because behind every dark cloud there's a silver.
Keep me at the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me, man. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me. This is a oh Lord, Trinidad and Tobago. This is DJ Bravo. I'm hurting you know. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up against parliament economy. But let the moderators in another body in a dream. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody's son brain. Who take the S out of Port of Spain. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. Now with the love, with the vibes, with the hope. Now tell me something, how we really want we cope. When the children breathing in too much gun smoke. And the Coast Guard can never see a boat. Yes, I'm like some goats when they come looking for votes. Hit the empty promises, reading like a horoscope. Justice for sale in a fat envelope. Politically, all the answers is a joke. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up against parliament economy. But look the moderators in another body in a dream. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody's son brain. Who take the S out of Port of Spain. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. It doesn't matter the religion, the color, the creed, or the race. It's our responsibility to take care of our place. Champion.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Yes, that's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And of course, joining us shortly will be the man himself, the man from somewhere in South Jersey. I don't know if it's the one with the B, Sally Bay, or Marabella, but he'll be joining us shortly. And you know, we started thinking on Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics. The only program we originate, we don't imitate. And we call ourselves the fact check kings of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, we are the fact check kings of Trinidad and Tobago. And we have some fact check for you tonight. Well, not tonight. Today. And you want to stay tuned to that. So let's go. This is how we start eating.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
Yes, folks. And we do mean that. And as of course, we always say, it doesn't matter what color t-shirt you wear. You wear a pink t-shirt, a mauve t-shirt, a burgundy t-shirt. Each and everyone is welcome on Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics on WZYE 95.9 FM. Doesn't matter what planet you're from Mazatanius, Xenaranius, Sonaranius. Each and everyone is welcome on Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, let me bring in myself, the one and only, the young man from.
Yeah, a lot of noise in my background.
Yeah.
A lot of noise close by.
Okay, let me hear that. Let me hear that. That P&M music truck going by.
You know, P&M music truck is a contractor.
Oh, is that?
and it's not a HEC project either.
I thought they campaigning for the 2025 election already. I don't know, Tell me how you going.
I'm going good. I'm going great. How are you today?
Well, I really can't complain, I mean, things are going splendiferous, tremendiferous, marvelous, fantastic, and spectacular.
What a washout. What a washout. I thought it was Noah's Ark all over again.
Yeah, I know, I hear you. But Tommy, yesterday I did 6 miles.
You run between the raindrops?
But tell me, the rain and thing don't affect outside factors, don't stop me from trying to accomplish what I need to accomplish, man. I don't let outside factors decide when I'm going to be a success or a failure, in spite of whatever the weather is. You have to go and do what you have to do. So I went out, the rain was falling, and by the time I finished, it was no rain anymore. You understand?
Okay.
So that's how the thing does go. Yeah. But Tommy, let me get to the chat quick here, because I have something on my chest tonight that I want to get off my chest. I want to get it off my chest. I don't believe I could get it off my chest, You understand? Because I want.
If my background noises are too loud, just mute me.
Yeah. I will let you know. I want the government of Trinidad and Tobago to stop fooling the people of Laventille and environs. And I shared a video with you that was very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. And that is what I'm going to concentrate. I want to concentrate on that before we get Dr. James in here to talk about what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago. But we also have news about the UNC with respect to 12 UNC MPs supporting Mrs. Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, and also the UNC Youth Movement condemning, I should say, Rushton Parry for his statement regarding him trying to unseat, my words, unseat Mrs. Kamala Prasad-Bissessar. But let's quickly go to the chat. Takesha was in first. She says, cover us all, Jesus. Yeah, Takesha, welcome. Takesha says, Anselm and Tommy, good day. Of course, our friend from Fishing Pond, Bijram. Bijram, what's on the menu today, brother? Lockdown, Uncle Tommy and Wall Street, all the listeners, Cuban boy wrongfully arrested and sued the state for $2 million. Okay. Hey, look, we partner early today, boy. Mean Jean Julian, boy. Early today, boy. Tommy, he got relief, boy. Sunday, boy. He went to church. He come back home and he get his phone early today, boy. Early. Your phone get early today. Early.
Happy Palm Sunday.
Oh, there's Palm Sunday?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Happy Palm Sunday, all people who celebrate. Wayne, boy. I think Wayne from the Bronx, right? Boogie Down Bronx. I think so,
From North Bronx.
What? North Bronx? Okay. Rishi, welcome. I keep telling the people as to want better if Rowley will keep fooling them. Okay. Video, welcome. Wall Street and Tommy Lockdown. Video from Orange, boy. So, Tommy, this video is actually a 57-minute long video of a fella from Brazil going into Lavantil and environs. And Tommy recently, all right, let me take this one. Bijram, welcome.
Yeah, where you going?
We going splendid first, man. How are you?
Okay, you're breaking protocol, you know that?
Oh, what do? Tell me.
I complained to Uncle Tommy, to you calling a man an incel boy. You know that against the law?
Okay.
You calling the Cuban boy an incel. What you really doing? I see it in the papers, you know. Yesterday papers have it.
You know,
yesterday, yeah, you see it?
No, I see him. He do a video in Port of Spain.
Yeah, but it was in the papers yesterday. They arrest him wrongfully and he should be set for 2 million. It was in the headline yesterday.
Oh no, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. You know what? I go try and call him. I go call him.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, serious thing, you know.
Serious thing, you know, joke thing.
You know, you have a baji they call Karami baji.
Karami?
Yes. Uncle Tommy supposed to know that.
Tommy know about that?
He just go in water and they cut the leaf and use it as baji.
Nah, I know that. I know that one.
Well, that one eat it dal rice and baji.
Oh, dal rice and Karami baji.
Yeah, Karami baji, that's the baji name. Karami baji.
Okay.
Yeah.
What color it is?
What you say?
What color it is? Green?
Green, yeah, green.
I know it, but I didn't know the name.
Karami baji.
Oh, okay.
And there is also using maranga leaf. Like baji too.
Or the moringa
young
leaf.
Maranga leaf.
Yeah, I know that one.
Oh, yeah, okay. And I want not to do it KFC. The price drop right down now. Yeah. Chicken given away now.
Oh, God.
Big chicken. Yeah. Big chicken. People, your partner, Heavy and TC. They're making an my Heavy. I hear TC buy a big deep freezer and he's stocking up.
What about the stock prices?
I believe you're going to sell back KFC when you think of normal.
Correct is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bless.
Yeah, man. All right. Yeah.
KFC. KFC.
Oh.
What going on? Turn on your computer. Hey, KFC.
Boy.
You see the video? Turn on your computer.
Good night. Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Washington and Uncle Tommy.
Yeah, man. KFC.
Tommy, that video.
Go ahead.
That video we are about to show it. I was taking that video the day when the 5 men there, you know. And showing in Canada and all them areas that are bullet hole and them broken apartments up in Avanti up there, you know.
Yeah, boy. No, but
when the man was moving to that was the Muslim and Rasta City war.
Right. But KFC, didn't they just turn third for some building by CJ, the former CJ, Citrus Growers Association, land something there?
Yeah.
How come? Yeah. Why didn't go and renovate them 4 buildings up there? You're gonna spend more money. You're gonna spend millions and millions of dollars, right? To start from ground, and you have 4 buildings sitting on there, boy.
So the $1 billion the Prime Minister says you want to put in the rural community, I just pay Spanish for long for the rest 200 and something.
2 points, I think 2 point something million.
Yeah, I said that video the man was talking about today. If you compare that video to what should I say? My godmother keep all the press by skip talk down her face there, boy.
Yeah, I see it, boy. She going back in the PNM bosom, boy.
I went to get social support. I said like it was wrong. There people dying and she doing carry the press up by the harbor up there.
All right.
Oh, and Charlotte shoot with the people and get gone down. We'll get shoot there.
But KFC, she going back home, boy.
No place like home, man. No, it's election time.
Well, KFC,
she looking for bread. No, this month is bone. This year's bone shine out, you know.
But KFC has a sort of thing too, boy. Eh?
Yeah. She's doing the right thing. She looking for bone.
Oh God.
But still, man, love and respect are inside.
All the time. Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, Tommy. Tommy, Edison, welcome. I'm coming back. I'm going on turn the pork before it stick and add some coconut milk. All right, Edison, Caribbean Soul, good afternoon, WZYE. Tommy, let me play that video for people. If you all didn't see this video, I was hurt. Tommy, I have to be honest with you. I was hurt, Tommy, that when I saw this video, and I said to myself, Tommy boy, are we going to be continue to be fooled, Tommy?
If we want to be fooled.
If we want to be fooled. All right. So, folks, this video was from a gentleman, I think he's from Brazil, and he toured Picton, certain parts of Lavantel. And then the man ended up by these 4 buildings. 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 buildings in Lavantel and environs.
In Canada.
In Canada. And a few days ago, the PNM don't like black poor people. I saying that. The PNM does not like poor black people in Trinidad and Tobago. There's absolutely no way the PNM like poor black people. You telling me, and I'm very emotional about this, you have 4 abandoned buildings in Canada, Lavantel, and you going and put up a new structure done by CJ? Who you doing that to benefit, Tommy? Who going to benefit from that?
Money passing.
Or money passing. It ain't passing the poor black disadvantaged people. It making the rich richer so it could keep the poor poorer. And we go talk about them fees in them bank and them that they talk about too. The other JSC talking about the fees the bank charging. Poor people have a little kakada in the bank. And you know what the bank doing? They're charging you like $15 a month. And before long, the little kakada you have in the bank disappear like it going on run around Bali's house. All right. Listen.
Hey, Time magazine called Trinity Banks Predators in Paradise.
Oh God, that is perfect. Predators in Paradise. But I want you all, and I want you all to share this live, seriously. You all have to share this live to see how the RPNM government under Prime Minister Rowley trying to fool poor black disadvantaged people in Trinidad and Tobago. You all have to share this live. It's the first time I want you all to share this live. Share this live far and wide. Share it. Or let's share it. Yeah, we have to start to understand what is going on in our country. Or let's share the live, Share it. Please share the live. The first time I'm asking all to share the live. You know why? Because we cannot continue doing the same thing and expect to get different results. Tommy boy?
Insanity. That's what they call that. Insanity.
Correct is right. Tommy, the only thing I do, boy, was to cry, boy. Cry. To see how this government under Prime Minister Rowley trying to fool the people on a daily basis. All you have to watch this video, you know. All you have to watch this video, you know. And if this video doesn't make some of you all upset about our country, then all you need to go to Haiti. Really. All you need to go to Haiti. Pack up and go to Haiti. Or go to Baghdad.
Why Haiti? If you feel full of hate?
You know what? Yeah, I want to go to Haiti because they're full of hate. I agree with that, Tommy. I agree with that. But Tommy, tell me, when you saw the video, what did you think, Tommy?
I wasn't surprised because I know where I know what I'm working with.
No, Tommy. I was surprised. I'll be honest with you. I was surprised.
Nothing surprises me anything about Trinidad anymore. You know, nothing surprises me about Trinidad anymore.
No, I was surprised. I never knew that we had 4 abandoned apartments in Lavantil that will cost less than 10 million. Let me say 10 million to renovate and put people back in them apartments, put security, everything. Less than 10 million. And you going to turn third.
After Chumacap, you surprised?
Yeah, still because I have hope, Tommy. I have hope. Right. I'm hoping that the PNM, the RPNM finally decide, boy, we go really look after poor black disadvantaged people.
You have to realize that the location, that location is ideal for something else to happen, which could mean demolishing those structures and getting something of a different style, or should I say a different class erected.
Oh.
You know, they have the eyes on the hill.
Oh, just below under 1.5%. Eh?
Correct, you know, right.
Yeah, just below 1.5%. Oh, I have to play that song. They have the eyes on the hill. Yeah, we go play that one. But I ain't lying to all you. I have to be honest, people. And we just only bring the facts here. We bring facts. We don't bring fiction, like them other programs, A man tell people we are 10% property tax in the United States of America. And next man come and tell people the OS, the contractor stole 15 billion. And 15 billion was 33% of the TNT budget. And we had a fact check for it. But for all the folks, I want you all to share this video because I want many of the people in Trinidad and Tobago to see this. And this is in Lavantil, a community that have never forsaken the PNM. Never. One of the 3 constituencies in the history of Trinidad and Tobago to have always voted for the PNM. Always. They have never forsaken the PNM. Never. And this is the way the PNM, the street, these poor black disadvantaged people, never forsaken the PNM. Why is that, boy? Why? And not only that, under a black prime minister. A black prime minister. And them just want to say, Tommy, but we hate the PNM and we hate Rowley. We don't hate here. We deal with policies. Policies that we always deal with. I want you guys to look at the video. And I want you guys to think. That's all we ask you to do, is to think. Why is that? Why does 4 buildings like these buildings have to sit there, right? And just down the road, you're going and turn sod for a brand new building. Why? All you're asking that question? Well, we asking the question today. Yeah? We asking the question. Something wrong. Sting have a song that says something wrong. Something wrong. Let me give you all the video. I sad, and because them is community, Lavantil is close to my heart. And I want to see if I could get Brother David Mohammed for him to give us a little 5 minutes regarding them buildings. Only watch it is. And I know the same, but watch it, show the video now. And listen to this, Tommy. A fella who don't even live in Trinidad and Tobago was able to walk through up there like nothing. Tommy? You for that don't live here?
I know. I can see clearly.
He woke up there like if it's nothing. He went to Rasta City and he went to Muslim. He crossed from one block, one area into the next area, and nothing happened. Nothing. Nothing. And Tommy, why did the government allow them 2 buildings, 4 buildings to get the way that they are today? Why? How come? Where was the security forces in Trinidad and Tobago?
And those are ideal locations, you know. The location is what really matters most for those buildings.
Location, location, location.
The new building is going where? Not down on the ground?
Yeah, that going down on the ground.
All right. Well, up in the hill is what's needed by the less than 1.5%.
Okay. Yeah. So the less than 1.5%, right? Them telling they're telling the government, listen now, just leave them thing there, you know. Before long, when we go come, we go demolish it and we go leave it there. And then in a few years, we go rearrange the thing now. We go rearrange the thing. Well, here's the video. Listen, watch this video.
Done. Finish.
Yeah.
Man. Whew.
See?
Wow. Yeah.
Bullet hole. All over.
And why it's broken? Like there are some
War, man. War cause people to move out.
everything. Like it's not just bullet hole. It's all the wall is broken, man.
Yeah.
All the window area is broken. It's also from the gun.
From the war.
From the war. Crazy. This is crazy conditions. People still live here, right?
Yeah, 2-3 people still. This where that's called Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
This area called Canada.
Was
Okay.
never so, you know. Place was populated, people was living here. It's the war.
Okay.
The war make people move out.
This is a crazy area. People still live here, man. It's crazy.
See? Bullet
Yeah, I
all
saw the
over.
bullet everywhere. And look at the windows, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy.
When people move out during the war, the gangsters from over here start to bust hole in the walls too.
For what? Why they did it?
Put a gun through.
Put a gun. So they start to shoot from the houses?
Yeah. On top the building, man. They go on top the building and
Oh. Everything is with bullet holes, guys.
not dead man. See bullet hole all over.
All over, man. Crazy.
This was an area where people used to play football and things.
Crazy war zone, man.
Yeah, man. Normally we could not come on this side.
Look at that, guys. What you said normally?
Normally we could not come over on this side.
You cannot come over. In the past.
The path.
Like 6 years ago, nothing. You couldn't come here.
No time.
You would die.
Yeah.
Someone will shoot you.
Right, from down there so is the Muslims.
Okay.
Call them 9.
They are the 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 6, 7, you have 8 also?
Yeah, 8 is a gang named ABG.
ABG. So you don't have a conflict with 9. The 6 doesn't have a conflict with 9.
No, the 6 only
No,
have conflict
already-
with 7.
Tommy, you see that? You see them? You see them buildings, Tommy? Tommy, in your estimation, how much you think it will take to renovate them buildings? And to make them buildings first-class buildings in them community. What them people in them is not folks too? And Rishi. Anyway, you know what? Rishi said, what pro-black people you talking about? Come and see how they live and what they're doing to this country. You're making it sound they're dumb and blind. I keep telling you, come and see them. Tell me they're poor. Richie, go and look. Let me play this for Richie. Let me play this for Richie, yeah? Because, you know, sometimes, you know, they say, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. And I'm saying that nicely, Richie. Here's why. Yeah? I want to play something for you. Because sometimes people just feel that we just be talking just because we want to talk. No, we don't be talking just because we want to talk. I want to play this for you. This is not WZYE making this. This is not us making this up. This is assessment that was done. I want to play it for you. Let me find it for you. I'll find it for you. I will look for it, but I have to. Here it is. Here it is, Richie. Richie, I want you to listen to this. Listen to this.
In the sun-soaked streets of Trinidad, according to a Caribbean Development Bank poverty assessment, 26.3% of black people in Trinidad and Tobago live below the national poverty line under Prime Minister.
Rishi, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Now here's Richie's statement. Here's Richie's statement. Rishi says, what poor black people you're talking about? Come and see how they live and what they're doing to this country. Right? Rishi, this is the poor black people I am talking about. And I'm not using Tommy. I am talking about these poor black people here.
According to a Caribbean Development Bank poverty assessment, 26.3% of black people in Trinidad and Tobago live below the national poverty line under Prime Minister Keith Rowley. This is significantly higher than the national poverty rate of 15.2%. The poverty rate for black people is also higher than the poverty rate for other ethnic groups in Trinidad and Tobago, such as East Indians, 12.5%, and mixed, 10.6%. There are several factors that contribute to the epidemic poverty rate among black people in Trinidad and Tobago. These factors include historical discrimination. Black people in Trinidad and Tobago have faced historical discrimination in terms of education, employment, and housing. This discrimination has limited their opportunities and made it harder for them to escape poverty. Low levels of education. Black people in Trinidad and Tobago are more likely to have lower levels of education than other ethnic groups. This lack of education makes it harder for them to find well-paying jobs and escape poverty. High unemployment rates. Black people in Trinidad and Tobago are more likely to be unemployed than other ethnic groups. This unemployment makes it harder for them to make ends meet and support their families. Single-parent households. Black people in Trinidad and Tobago are more likely to live in single-parent households than other ethnic groups. This can make it harder for families to make ends meet, as there is only one income coming into the household. The epidemic poverty rate among black people in Trinidad and Tobago is a severe problem that needs to be addressed. There are several policies that could be implemented to help reduce poverty among black people, such as investing in education and job training programs for black people, providing more affordable housing for black people, promoting equal opportunity in employment and housing for black people, addressing historical discrimination against black people. By implementing these policies, the government can help to reduce poverty among black people in Trinidad and Tobago and create a more just and equitable society.
Tommy, was that an assessment done by WZYE 95.9 FM or
Nope.
done by Professor Walsh and Uncle Tommy?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. But there's more, you know. But I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to get back to the 4 buildings. We just saw 4 buildings in Canada, Laventille, that has been abandoned and left by the current PNM government, where in a predominantly black area, to go down the road and turn south for another building to put people in. Tommy, you think any of them people who was living in them 4 buildings could afford them new buildings down there that they're going to build?
Probably not. Except if they decided to make it available for a song and a dance. But you got to realize it's new money, you know.
Yeah.
It's new money and it's plenty money. You have an election coming up.
Oh, so you're saying it's not an election gimmick? So you're saying it's gimmick after gimmick after gimmick?
Well, who have sense, or who could make sense of the nonsense, if you want to call it that?
No, but Tommy, you have to understand. A woman came to radio station and said she does get a news from Coco, you know.
All right.
So when you hear
talking about the fish Coco.
No, the Calypsonian Coco.
You sure it's not the fish?
Now it's not the fish. When
right.
you hear them people telling people things, that's why they have to be fact checked. And when I look at these 4 billions. You know what it reminds me of, Tommy? It reminds me of the former Workers' Bank building on Duncan Street and Independence Square that was requested from the PNM government, the PNM government, to put up the Laventel to Washington Empowerment Center. And what they decided to do, instead of doing that, they demolished the building.
Hey.
So there's a pattern, there's a precedent, there's a precedent set that there's a great possibility, Tommy, that them 4 buildings up there, as you stated, Tommy, they're going to demolish them too.
Hey, that's prime real estate, you know.
Prime real estate, correct. Prime real estate. And we in 2024. And you come in and tell the people that you're going to turn sword. And yeah, you're going to turn sword. Eh? Here boy.
You telling me that war went on up there for so long and the security forces couldn't do nothing about it?
That's a splendiferous question. You mean the asylum? The bandits was running the asylum?
Exactly.
Them make people move out. Make them move out. You know, Judy, why always emphasizing on the word poor black people? Judy, the Caribbean, that assessment wasn't done by Wall Street or Tommy. That assessment was done by a reputable organization. And when you are living below the poverty line, you are poor. Why are you afraid to say poor black people? When you are living below the poverty line, the 26% of black people living below the poverty line are poor. I didn't make that up. They are poor, Judy. That's what it is. You have to call a spade, you know. You can't call a spade clubs. Spade is spade. And that's why we say we speak truth to power. You may not like it, but it's facts. We rather give you facts than to give you fiction. And you know what they say, boy? Facts are a stubborn thing. And it's difficult to deal with sometimes.
It's painful, but it's true.
Painful, but true. Enjoy welcome. Wayne says, it is alleged that a popular gospel singer in TNT has released a Trinidad song. What will have informed such a switch? I don't know. Judy says, poor is homeless people. Tommy, you want to take that one?
Judy, I'll leave you with that. I'll leave you with that because that's a matter of opinion by you.
Judy, there are poor people. There are poor people in all races. This is not a race issue we're talking about here. We just give you the statistics and the comparison. That's not us. Of course, poor people are homeless too. But there are poor people living in houses too. There are poor people living in apartments too. Poor people are not just homeless people. Caribbean Soul says, I want my country looking nice even if they're voting PNM over and over. I personally believe they still deserve something still when it comes to development. You know, I just had a discussion with a fella today. Listen to Rishi. Rishi says, so India not poor. They was born rich and Rowley making them more rich. You're promoting racism now. Oh God. Toby, Rishi is absolutely clueless about racism. Richie, you are absolutely clueless about what racism is. Clueless. And I'm going to go back to my statement again. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Because, Richie, that statement you make there about promoting racism, I will leave it there. That is a clueless statement. I'm sorry to say. Yeah? Renwick says, this is what you call madness. Rowley, you are a wicked man. That is wickedness. Truly wickedness. To leave 4 buildings abandoned to go down the road and start a new project and turn in sod for that new project. To start from scratch. That is wicked. That is wicked. Wall Street, Marvin giving $1 billion to fix water problem after 8.5 years in government. Who them fooling? Another election gimmick. We had
the big money had to come out because how are you going to finance a campaign?
Oh, so now that the election is coming, you have to care what kind of projects. Now is where the big projects coming out.
The big money had to come out.
Okay.
Campaign has to be financed.
All right, yeah, okay. Nadia said this is so true. Nadia says yes.
Good evening, Nadia. Good afternoon, rather.
He says, this is beyond shameless indeed. Imagine a tiny island talking about war zone. Here you go, Judy. I agree with that, Judy. But Judy, the thing about it, let me face up facts. Which party did that happen under? Which party, Tommy? Which party did that happen under?
It's looking very red to me. And I ain't talking about communism, eh?
Okay. Who did that happen under?
Or Republicans.
Yeah. Tommy Nadia, say good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Yeah. John, welcome. John Bujam, welcome. Yeah. Nah. All right. So this is what Judy says. Judy says, Wall Street, you want to see improvement in the hills? Make some investment up there. Start a GoFund to do investment or Wall Street development. Judy, that's not a bad idea. That's a great idea. That's an excellent idea.
But then you need permission from the authorities.
Tommy, just imagine, we decide, you know what? We're going to renovate them 4 buildings in Canada. Where thing go happen?
You think you're gonna get cooperation from the authorities to do so?
No. Let me ask Judy. Judy, what do you think? Do you think if we start Wall Street empowerment or Wall Street development, and we're gonna renovate them 4 buildings up in Canada, what do you think will happen, Judy? I'm just
Those
asking.
are AGC buildings, aren't they?
Well, yeah, the government own them buildings.
So you have to go through the authorities to get access to do anything there.
Yeah.
Do you honestly believe, are you optimistic that you're going to get cooperation from them and they're going to give you their blessings to do such?
We got to ask Judy. Judy, what do you think? You think if these foreigners come, we start a GoFundMe, yeah, we're going to raise $1 million to renovate the 4 buildings in Canada, $1 million US, to renovate the 4 buildings in Canada. What do you think will happen? Just asking. Yeah? You want to raise money to make the government look bad? You want to be proactive and try to renovate them building on them? Boy. Judy, great idea, you know. Takesha says, my heart is breaking. The government don't care. Let's all stop the blame game and come together for a better Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, why don't we do that? Yeah? I'm not even going to read that comment. Marilyn, welcome. But I'll go put it up on the screen. Yeah? I wonder what party Rishi does support. I wonder. Just wondering. Matilda, welcome. Just wondering. Richie, just so you know, you know I've never supported another party in Trinidad and Tobago other than the PNM, right? Just so you know. That's making it plain. Yeah? Takesha says, all the time that have cameras alone. Lavanton and 5 people die all at once there in the store. The store installed more cameras. So the first set was just a decor. A set of waste. People stop killing out each other. Yeah? Bank changing you more than your money could gain. Marilyn, welcome. Yeah? You know, I just, citizens investment, do a joint venture with Dr. David Mohammed, buy land and start the process. Or buy land. Okay.
It's 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Other people getting free land. And we must go and buy land. Okay. All right. So folks, it's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. We're going to go for a quick station identification. We'll be right back after this. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM. Straight on WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on WZYE 95.9 FM.
Oh, right back at you. It's the Kid 50 Cent.
This is your boy WZYE, baby.
Yo, what it does, this your homie Rick Ross. This is your boy Gucci Man LaFleur.
You're in the mix with Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
It's crazy, you heard me?
Hey, I'm Ariana Grande. Hey, yo, this Cardi B. What's up? It's Megan Thee Stallion.
You're in the mix with Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Check this out, it's DJ Khaled.
This is Post Malone. Yes, got little Chico Pitbull.
You're in the mix with Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Is Pharaoh still existing? As he before, resembling an Israelite, not being treated right, enslaved day and night. Oh, we just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. We like the Israelites still in pain. We just can't.
And of course, we're back with you. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with yours truly, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, folks, share the live, share the live, share the live. We want people to understand what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago. Share the live, WZYE TV on YouTube, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Because, folks, we are in a perilous times in Trinidad and Tobago. And we just can't continue this way. We cannot. We can't. We have 4 buildings sitting in our community. And less than a mile away, you want to put up a whole new structure that's going to cost the taxpayers maybe hundreds of millions of dollars. And you have 4 buildings that you could go and renovate and cost you less than, let me say, 20 million.
For a fraction of the cost of the erection of a new building.
A fraction of the cost of that building. And what you tell me, why the people should sit down and take that? Why? That's why we have runaway crime in the country.
No, but the thing is that they have security issues in that area. You tell me that there's no solution to those security issues?
It appears not, Tommy.
Like they don't expect security issues when they build a new building?
Well, they might be patrolling that one 24/7 because that is a new one. The old one gone already. That gone through already. Right? So there's a leader there sit down there to rot.
I don't know why.
And then you know what we could do? They go and they go level it. And they go let it sit down there and wait.
And the thing is it looked like a solid concrete structure
Tommy, that look like a four real splendiferous, tremendous, fantabulous structures. That is what we need. But you just leave that there, leaving it there.
So you telling me the capacity of 4 is less than the new one that they're going to be spending on?
Well, yeah, there's a possibility.
So the new one they're spending on is what, a skyscraper?
Well, I mean, I don't know what is the capacity of the one in Canada, right?
It's four of them.
It's 4 of them. 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 billions that the PNM in Lavantil, they're leaving it just to sit down there and rot. And a mile away, they're going and put up a whole new structure to fool the people. Fool them. Yeah, I said it. Bamboozle them. That's a word in Trinidad, right? That's a word they're using in Trinidad, bamboozle.
I think it's a word all over the world. When they speak English.
You go help me with that one. Bamboozle the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
When they speak English, is a word.
Oh, is that word in English too?
It's an English word, bamboozle.
Oh yeah. Because when you're from Chumakak, sometimes your English is not too up to par.
Well, say it in Swahili if you could talk that.
What is in Swahili?
Beats me.
Embezzle. Embezzle. Let me see. Make that in Swahili. Let's bring in our guests before we our esteemed guest, Dr. Winford James.
Good afternoon, Dr. James.
But Dr. James just come in and he's stick already, yes?
Wow. Internet problems?
Dr. James.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Man. Can you hear me?
Dr. James, do you have a
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Dr. James, could I say something? You look like a young man there, Dr. James.
He is a young man.
Dr. James.
Yes, can you hear me?
We hearing you loud and clear.
No, we are.
Okay.
We hear you now. How are you doing? You look like a
I just manage, Anselm.
Eh?
Yeah, man, I just manage. Because I can't wait on other people to help me manage.
Oh, okay.
I'll fall. If I were to do that, I would fall through several cracks that have opened over time.
Several cracks, not one, several.
Yeah, man.
But
and nobody can bamboozle me to make me rely on them. And
yeah.
You know we must.
Oh God! Look.
You're sticking.
A big man like you. Imagine a big man like you don't know that bamboozle is an international word. Yes, we own it just like anybody else who speak English.
I thought it was only in Trinidad.
No,
I
man.
thought it was only in Trinidad. It's a bamboozle people.
Or is the booze in the wood or what? Is the booze that tie you up?
Yeah. Time up. Yeah, the booze time up.
I don't think Bam could give you trouble, but booze might.
Yeah. Bamboozle. I say, but wait this, but Dr. James, I don't know if you saw the video we played with respect to the 4 apartments in Canada, Lavantil.
And no,
Dr. James, I have to be honest. Yeah, right. When a person like me who grew up in Chumakak for the first 17 years of their lives, and I see 4 buildings abandoned under the RPNM, And then the RPNM coming and telling people, we're going and put up a whole new structure by the former CGA with the former CGA building. I come up, I say, boy, they're trying to bamboozle people. Or maybe it's another. I don't know. You could help me with that, Dr. James. If you
Well, I think you're free to come to that conclusion. They have been bamboozling their supporters and certainly the rest of the nation, but I am focused on the bamboozlement, so to speak, of their supporters. They have been doing that for forever.
And is it ever going to stop,
Williams,
Dr. James?
although Williams had created a number of good things in the country, but people have been willing to accept that they should follow the PNM. Once they have a job, once they have jobs, they should follow the PNM without question and let the leaders direct them, so to speak. Although I think that there has been a diminishing of that kind of attitude over time. The same kind of attitude is available, by the way, in the main opposition party, right? You've voted us in, and you're going to leave us now to do the governing. You follow? That is a political culture that we have inherited and that we have been practicing over time.
Move down your camera a little bit. Move down
But
your camera. Move your camera down a little bit.
Sorry.
There we go.
Good.
Yeah, you're good right. Keep it right there. Try and keep it there. Keep it there. You're good right there. You're good right there. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Move it to your left a little bit. To your left.
Did you hear anything I said, by the way?
No, go over to your left a little bit. You're trying to get your camera right.
That's left.
Left. To your left. Go over to
Is
your
this
left. Yeah, all right. That's good there. Keep it right there. Don't like it. Let somebody hold it right.
Is this left or right? Now?
No, you move it to your right. Go to your left. All right.
This is left?
Yeah, here we go. Right. Keep it right there.
Is it my left or your left?
No, your left. Your left.
Okay.
Your left.
I'm just.
Yeah, no, wrong left. Next left.
My left, right.
Yeah, right. You can keep it there. Yeah,
next one then.
Yeah, right there. You're good there. You're good there.
That's good.
Yeah, you're good right there. Keep it there.
Yeah, Dr. James, you said that both parties, main parties, have the same attitude.
Yes, they treat people as vote banks. They treat the electorate as people who install them in office and then withdraw from the governance process. We don't have the same kind of focus on how we are governed as we do when we vote. And that has been a culture that has been besetting this country for the longest while. People are satisfied with getting jobs, and not even high-paying jobs in this country. They have been satisfied once their people are in charge. Yeah. So when you have those 4 buildings being abandoned, and you cannot find any concerted, rational pushback against that kind of abuse of public funds, then you know that the question of followership is strong, because if you speak out against it, they are going to target you, Anselm. They're going to target you because you have criticized their leader. But then the country has not had the kind of critical thing allows them to rise against the abuse of governance in this country. So they don't have that kind of culture, that kind of background. They don't have that. Once their people are in charge, they are willing to abide all kinds of abuse. Now, that's a big question, as you know, a big issue. One of the problems, of course, is one of the reasons why third parties have not prospered. Third parties don't have a base that can be financed with government jobs and so on by the major parties here. And the major parties are race-based. They don't have the funds to pay those who support them, that give you the funds that allow a certain patronage to occur. So when I came into the show this afternoon, I heard you lamenting the abandonment of those 4 buildings, but you have not been able to identify any rational any rational engagement with what has happened there.
Well, Dr. James, really and truly, right? It was the first time that I realized that those 4 buildings were actually abandoned in Canada, Laventil. I was unaware until I saw the video. And when I saw the video, immediately my mind took to that about a mile away, the RPNM just broke ground for a new building where they're going to have apartments. So I
Right.
asked myself, why are you going to spend taxpayers' dollars on a new building and you have 4 buildings that you could renovate and use less taxpayers' dollars and maybe put the rest into solving the crime problems that we have in Trinidad and Tobago? That's
So,
what
what are the people in that neighborhood? What are they saying? The people who live there should have the strongest voice. What are they saying? I don't have all the details, but I'm sure those who live there ought to have more details than I do, right? If people shut themselves out or are shut out of the developmental process in their communities, we can't develop at the pace and with the rationality that we need to.
But Dr.
Hello?
James, see, Dr. James, you see, there's a security issue
Yeah,
going on
yes,
with those 4
yes.
buildings.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Dr. James, can you hear me? Hello?
We have a little bit
You're
of
talking about a security
security.
issue.
Yeah, you talk about a security issue in that area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with those 4
Yeah,
buildings, there are security
right.
issues going on that hasn't been resolved.
Mhm.
So,
What is the issue?
well, I guess what Tommy is saying is that in those
What is the
areas,
issue?
You
well,
have gangs, so-called gangs, that are warring with each other, and that has gone unchecked for years.
yeah, we having some internet difficulties, folks. We having some internet difficulties.
Can
Okay.
that problem
Yeah, we're still having some internet difficulties.
Yeah, we're not hearing him.
Yeah, we are having folks. We have with us Dr. Winford James, direct with us. Yeah, we having some internet.
hopeless?
Yeah, Dr. James, we didn't hear you because of you went out. You went out. We
No,
didn't
I
hear
didn't
you.
go. I just shifted to another place.
Okay, yeah, all right. We hearing you
Oh
now.
my goodness. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hearing you now. We hearing you
Yeah, I
now.
was saying, well, right. So I was saying, what is the problem with the security? If you put a new building down and is providing that have been constructed with funds from the taxpayer, if you put down a new building and you're going to have to face, aren't you going to have to face the need to secure the buildings? So the question seems to be, in part, a community issue. And the question the role of the community in respect of the abandonment of the community and doing.
The internet is challenging.
Yeah, the internet is very challenging. Dr. James, maybe we can do it for him. Dr. James, do you want to do it?
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? Answer,
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hearing you. Yeah.
I'm going to go into. I'm going to go closer to the router, which is in a room.
All right. All
So
right.
give me 2 minutes just to get to that room.
All right. So, all right. We'll move you and wait for you to come back. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, folks, what we'll do, we'll wait for him to go into the room, and then we'll wait for him to come back. Right. So, folks, we have with us Dr. Winford James out at Tobago, and we're just trying to talk to the issue of the 4 buildings in Canada, Laventil, that had been abandoned for years now. And just a few days ago, the RPNM decided they was going to construct a new building on the former CGA grounds there, right in the eastern main road in Laventil. Rather than look at these 4 buildings and see how they can rehabilitate these buildings and put security in place to get those buildings back on the HDC roll, so to speak. So it appears to me, I'm not going to speak for Tommy, that this is part of paying the piper. This is just part of paying the piper. What says you, Tommy?
Well, like I said before, it's election is coming, and in order to get funds for campaigning, big money have to pass, and the money ain't big enough to just renovate those 4 buildings. No, I talking straight talk.
Tommy, what you're saying is that these 4 buildings, the money to renovate them is just small money
compared to putting up a brand new structure.
Here we go, Dr. J.
Tommy is being realistic, I think.
You feel so?
Yeah, well, he's speaking from a knowledge. That's what parties have done over time. And the party that is most experienced in this kind of worthless behavior is the PNM. Now, he may be wrong, but the point is he has enough evidence from historical evidence, that's how the PNM party has behaved over time, right? So they put monies down and then we need to make it look as if they're doing something developmental. So it's going to have to look that way. And that is why they're going to start new. And new means a lot of money. The question, of course, is how they manage the construction, who the contracts go to, and to what extent people in the communities share, as well as other ethnic groups have shared over time, especially the 1%ers. Whether, in fact, the money will be shared equably or equally in that project. So I can only say that Tommy is being realistic in how he has done it. Although he may be wrong, maybe they are going to have to fool us another time. The question, though, is can that matter be fixed differently? Can the PNM take a different approach? Answer you were saying that the approach that they should be taking is that they, oh my goodness.
That they should repair, that he's saying that they should repair.
Yeah, they can repair. That's it. That they can repair, and it's cheaper to repair than to build anew. Yeah?
Which is correct.
But the voice of the community must come out. It seems to me.
The community is battle fatigue because there's so much, like the quote unquote war going on in that environment. They are speechless at this particular point. That's what it seems like.
Well, there's always been factions. There have always been factions in that community, not so? And there has always been violence and so on. But then you have the police and you have the army.
Security, yes.
You have the army in particular. The army doesn't seem to have as much work to do as the police. Yeah? You sometimes get the impression that the government is afraid of its own supporters in and what you have been calling Canada Laventille. You know, the government is wary of sending workmen into those areas without the requisite levels of protection. But the community has to speak. Otherwise, the government will just continue to do what it has always done without the pushback of the community. And then, of course, who does the government blame in such circumstances? Well, we know who. This government, as most PNM governments in the past, does not take blame easily. Or am I talking about another country?
No, you're on point.
This government doesn't take blame. They don't take blame for the increases that they impose on the public. They don't take blame, so to speak, with respect to the property tax. I mean, after having shouted from the rooftops that they will not um, impose property tax on the population, they changed their minds and imposed it, right? After being challenged about the percent that people should pay, 3% people are saying you still have to go down some more. They eventually went down very quickly, actually. I shouldn't say eventually. They quickly went down to 2%, right? Um, because people are bringing pressure upon them to make the adjustments. They talk about a property tax being applicable all over the world, but it turns out that there are many or enough countries, jurisdictions where no property tax is imposed on the population, right? They talk about not closing down Petro-Trin, but turning around and closing it down, right? And in the process, they bully the people, they argue with the people with arrogance and so on, right? They quarrel with the people. And the people have not organized in a way to rebut whatever arguments um, they may find to use against the way we are being governed. I have come on this program on several occasions and lamented the lack of pushback from the a population that has been, shall we say, blinded by the way they have been appeased through jobs for the boys, so to speak, and not caring how we can improve circumstances. I have raised the point of how people are not properly educated in districts such as the one that we are focused on, right? They do not have the same opportunities as people elsewhere, as children elsewhere. I have done that, and but we haven't seen strong communities. What we have seen is violent communities, or communities where gangsters are in charge of pockets, I imagine, of expenditure, and they have their own way, and they, of course, they kill one another when they should be uniting, um, uniting around rational behavior um, that can be justified in that part of the world, part of the country, and so on. We don't have that kind of conversation and so on. Yeah, and people are satisfied with crumbs, the crumbs the drop from the table of the cabinet. They're satisfied with that.
Dr. James, you sure it's crumbs or scrums?
Sorry?
I said, are you sure it's crumbs or is it scrums?
Well, I rather like the second pronunciation. Unfortunately, it hasn't come into respectable use just yet. So, because I am talking in a show and as part of a radio station where I am bound, I suppose, to speak in respectable terms, in terms that have been accepted around the world. I will say crumbs rather than crumbs, but there is a niceness to the pronunciation that I heard from you, Tommy.
Dr. James, here on WZYE 95.9 FM, when we refer to crumbs falling off the table, when it gets on the grounds, it becomes crumbs.
Which means that you have to develop catching skills.
Yes, you have to catch it before it falls.
Yes,
once it falls on the ground, it's crumbs.
Yeah, exactly.
And
but
we have a lot of
if you manage to get close to those boys to the extent that you have to try hard to get the crumbs, right? Before they become crumbs, right? If, in fact, you get so close to the guys, you wonder whether all you should do when you get so close to them, all you should do is just catch the crumbs. There may be other things that you might wish to do to the guys in the cabinet, since it's the cabinet that is sharing the crumbs, or allowing crumbs to fall off their plates so that their followers in certain parts of the country can enjoy a modicum of decency in their lives.
Wait, Dr. James.
I don't think you are seeing the irony that I'm trying to drive at. I'm being facetious.
I know. I was just gonna say, you mean it's okay to be decent and gain scrums.
Yes. Right. Well, yeah, and the question is whether they should be left alone as they sit in splendid glory in the cabinet.
With their caviar and the BMWs and the Mercedes and so on.
Right, all of that. This country needs to wake up, we need to develop our communities. We need to have laws that are enacted for the healthy development of communities. There are people in those communities who are very smart, who know what they want, but they have been ignored for so long that they find it pointless to reorganize themselves, to uplift themselves and their children. I am mostly concerned about the children. I cannot accept that generation after generation, kids are coming into the world, right, without having asked to do so. They are coming into the world, and their lives go through a cycle. Their lives go through a cycle, which puts them at a level of development that is always at the bottom of the ladder.
Correct is right. 100.
Yeah. I can't see how I can have children in this stage, Tommy and Nancy, where my kids have to struggle for crumbs, where they have to struggle to be able to read properly, where they have to struggle to develop skills in relation to their predispositions. I cannot see how I have to do that. You follow? And I really, I want to come out as robustly as I can against that kind of ignoring of the potential of these young people who should come into a better set of conditions. Why is it other people can have what they don't have? Why? Why perennially that must be the case? Now, I don't like to put too much emotion into my into my offerings, my speech on the show, because I know that I can speak more calmly and more rationally. But it's just that I grieve for the youngsters who come into the world, you follow, and get into depressing and depressed circumstances.
You know, Dr. James, you are so correct. And here is an example, right? Prior to the local government election, a young lady was given keys to her HDC house. No lights. Her son and daughter have to study under, I think was a candle. I don't know if she said it was a flambeau, but I think it was a candle.
I think that story, and I believe it was a candle.
Right. Under a candle. What type of, this is my words, Dr. James, not yours. What type of wickedness can you give a person a house with no light, give them keys, have them come on a podium and tell the people that we are giving out keys to our house? And you know for a fact it don't have no lights. And then you have our PNM activists telling the people that they does normally give out house that don't have no lights.
But Dr. James, you said something before. You said that the country needs a wake-up call. That's my interpretation of what you said. That wake-up call is needed so badly, but I suspect the alarm clock is in Tobago.
Well,
and Tobago, when that alarm clock goes off, Tobago is going to have to be the place that is going to wake the whole place up.
The main reason why Tobago wants to govern itself. We govern itself within a federal context, of course. We're not talking total independence. But when you see the way Trinidad is governed in certain communities, you know that is the Tobagonian that is. You know the Tobagonian knows he can do a much better job. And there is no law that says that somebody else must govern you and tell you where to put down a development, where to put down a school, the kind of curriculum you must have, whether you must have a tongue and country telling you, the politician, the leaders, where they must, what lands they must produce, have decisions to take over. I mean, I'm just saying that we don't want somebody else to tell us. And if Trinidadians can benefit from our insistence that we must govern ourselves, we must determine how the island must develop and so on. If Trinidad can learn something, copy something from our approach, I think that is going to be better for the country.
Absolutely.
I really think so. I don't have to wait for an EMA to tell me, what are the conditions I must satisfy. I can set up my own EMA. I should be able to set up as an island my own EMA company, right? And we work that out. I want laws to protect the way we want to do things, and I must be able to make my laws. We could work out, of course, how the laws are going to get into the constitution or get into the statutes and so on. But the point I'm making, it must not go on forever. In Canada, until it's going on forever. The mama guy is going on forever. The people know that they are mama guy, right? And they accept the mamagism, and the cycle just keeps turning around and turning around.
Bring down your camera a little bit. Okay, good. There we go. All right, you're right there.
You notice that the reception since I came into this room is far better.
Much improved.
I must remember to come into this room the next time.
I think you move away from the PNM Wi-Fi. That's why.
Yes. I don't know whose Wi-Fi I've come into contact with.
TPP.
But I would like to think it's a Wi-Fi that is committed to independence of thought.
Yeah, I agree with you. Dr. James, but I just wanted to get back to a quick point that I raised regarding the HDC building, because I think I call it election gimmick. That's what I call it.
Absolutely.
It's just like now we have WASA going and do pumps in certain neighborhood and spending millions and millions of dollars. Right? we are sod turning more than ever before. Recent, we are all kind of sod turning. The turning sod, they unturning it, they turning it again, and it's sod turning all over the place.
Did you say that they were unturning it?
Yeah, they on, they turning, they, you know.
Unturning it to turn it again.
Yes, exactly. They just turn it, and then a few weeks later, come in and they unturn it, and then they're going to turn it again. You know, but Dr. James, we had said here at WZYE 95.9 FM that the 3% property tax was regressive and oppressive. And why we stated that is because the 3% tax, property tax in Trinidad and Tobago, based on annual rental value, was one of the highest in the Western Hemisphere.
Okay.
And the minister in the Ministry of Finance, Brian Manning, took me on a radio station and said, Wall Street don't know what you're talking about. Right? Our tax is lower than states in America. And I'm saying to myself, I wonder what Brian Manning he didn't use Google, or he didn't even use artificial intelligence. Because we here in New Jersey have the highest property tax of any state
in the US.
in America. Right? And
so I didn't hear that last point. Go again.
We here in New Jersey have the highest property tax in the United States.
And what is it?
It's 2.33%.
Right. So it's lower than 3.
Lower than 3. And not only that, Dr. James, there are many other Caribbean islands that have property tax under 1%.
Right. And did Brian do research? Because that's easy to do.
Nah, he didn't do the homework. And when I lick him up, you know what he do?
Who was he talking to then if he didn't do his homework?
Who he was talking to?
Apart from your good sense. Who was his audience? Who did he consider to be his audience?
The RPNM go along, get along PNM gang.
I don't understand that because lots of people have access to information as generated by both Google and AI, their apps, artificial intelligence apps that find information for us in a jiffy. And we could sit down and study that information and propose it to the public. The opposition can do that as well, by the way.
Correct.
So what I'm saying is, that is not, shall I say, bold-faced. To think that I didn't do the research, but you are telling lies like that. I mean, how does that benefit you? On the assumption, there are people who should be fact-checking these. I know you guys do, and the other people do as well, fact-checking these things and bringing the facts to the attention of a public that is getting wary and warier with the way they are being governed. Yeah?
Move your camera to the left a little bit. Move your camera to the left.
Is that left or right?
Yeah. No, that's right.
Is that it?
That's good, right? Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah.
So they're going back to the property tax.
Yeah.
So you are going to defend something that is denied by the facts themselves? Why would I have to listen to you if you cannot even respect facts? That's the point I'm making. But
Dr. James, the ARV calculations are a disaster that needs to be fixed right away.
No, sorry, I missed the point you're making.
No, he said the ARV computation is a disaster. The annual rental value computation is a disaster.
In fact, that might be even more serious than the rate of interest. They're not going to evaluate every property it seems, right?
No.
So we have to know that the valuation is reasonable and fair. Yeah. So that's going to be a problem. I am also concerned that the people who support them, who have small wages, are going to find themselves with a burden that they did not quite expect, even though they want to support their government, right? You know, this government is behaving as if the rate that they have come up with is enough to make people go out into the streets and jump for joy in a kind of carnival kind of response. But facts are facts again. If your salary, if your wage is not as strong as it should be, and you're having difficulties putting food on the table, affording, well, some kids need transport to be able to go from home to school, right? If you're not having, um, if your salary is not strong enough to accommodate these things, those of us who have cars know that we have to pay more for gas, and apparently it will go up because the price of oil and gas is not helping, if you follow what I'm saying. You know, somebody was complaining in the Express, I think it's today, or today is Sunday. Granted that this person is probably not a supporter of the PNM, although he used to be. He's saying that the government has not come up with any new stream of income, of revenue. It's the same oil and gas. And then there's no diversification, no true diversification of the economy. Right? He's saying there's a reclassification, but that reclassification of what happens in the non-energy sector, that reclassification is not by any stretch of the imagination diversification. So I'm saying if you have a situation where you are borrowing for consumption or something close to that, how are you going to convince people to vote for you when the bell is wrong? Gentlemen, you probably have more contact with the grassroots than I do. I don't know.
Well, you know, Dr. James, I want to agree with you, right? But I just want to read a comment here by my PNM friend that comes into the chat. And I want to say, Dr. James, this is the most educated statement he has made since 1925. No, I don't think.
Since what year?
1925. This is what he says, right? He says New Jersey real property tax is ad valorem, meaning that each person pays tax based on the value of the property they own. New Jersey courts have determined full and fair value, market values, and the true value to be synonymous.
Right.
And Fox Islam, your statement is 100% accurate. You know why? Because I already fact checked it. And that is why, that is when you come here on Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics. It doesn't matter what party you support. If the information you bring in is accurate information and can inform people, we will talk about it. That's an accurate statement you state here.
And if we are wrong, we will admit our wrong and go back and redo the research.
Well, those other people, Dr. James, from the RPNM, sometimes they don't think they're wrong, you know.
Well, that's the point. But you know, people like me, I mean, that's how I have lived my life. I have respected facts. I can't do research properly. You can't do a PhD if you don't have the facts to support an analysis you follow.
Yeah.
I can't use people's superstitions or people's uncertainties or people's disrespect for knowledge as a basis to make judgment, make a decision. I can't teach my students that because I would be taking them down into an abyss of destruction and ignorance. Yeah, and I can't take people's children and treat them in that kind of way. You follow what I'm trying to say here? It goes back to all of that. What is your source of information? What is your evidence? What do you use to make a judgment? How do you make law in the absence of facts? You follow? And this is something we have to talk about, I'm sure, all the time, right down to when the bell rings. You follow me? But
yes, absolutely. Dr. Jim.
Evaluation of the properties themselves. The value, how do you value or how do you evaluate a property?
Yeah,
So
Dr.
that
James, in my estimation, the 2% property tax, even it was reduced as the PNM said, 33 and a third percent to 2%, I still think that is regressive and oppressive, and here's why. In United States of America, I do not pay the same percentage as my next door neighbor, nor do my next door neighbor pay the same percentage as the next door neighbor, nor do my next door neighbor pay the same percentage. It almost most people pay a different percentage because of the land, your bedrooms, the type of house, the structure. There are many different things that go into the property tax. And in
so
my estimation,
all houses have to be evaluated.
yes. In my estimation,
All buildings, I should say.
right. In my estimation, Prime Minister Rowley, Faris Alwari, Colin Booth, Rohan Sinanan, and Terence Diar Singh, as using a few examples, should not be paying the same 2% property tax as a family living in Chumaka, Clavantel, who own a 2x4 shack.
So you mean there must be different rates?
Yes.
And what there should be a maximum and a minimum?
Well,
you have a range, right? So if you have a range, depending on the kind of property.
Yes.
I have not subjected the valuation process in the way that I expect government officials to do, right? So I want to know, is there going to be a minimum rate and a maximum rate? And what would be the minimum rate? And what would be the maximum rate?
Well, you see, what the government has to do is to do a study. Do a study as what other countries are doing. Yeah? So figure out that, all right, so we're going to say the lowest rate is going to be 0.5 of 1%, right? And the highest, the top is going to be 3%. So a person knows that they are not going to pay more than 3% property tax, or it's not going to go lower than 0.5% property tax.
Okay.
You know the lower end of the spectrum is going to be those people who are on the lower end of the economic structure in Trinidad and Tobago, the socioeconomic structure.
Well, I don't think they're dealing with the where the person is located in the structure. What they are dealing with is the kind of building that they are going to have to decide in respect of the kind of rate they should be paying. It's a building, not the person, right? Is that correct?
Well, yeah, it's the building, but we know that if you have somebody in Chumaka Clavantil, we know they are not going to be as well off as a person in Westmoreland, as an example. It's not where the location. It's location.
No, I understand that and accept that, but I'm saying people may not be able to pay even the lowest percentage, what I'm hearing you to say, because their financial circumstances do not allow them to.
Yes.
Are you not saying that?
I think so as well.
So what you're saying here is that you have to have different percentages depending on the value of the house and the ability to pay.
Well, I don't think we can take the ability to pay into it, right? Because that will be a lot of work to figure out what a person's income is and all type of things like that. I think location is most important. For example, Dr. James, in New Jersey here, where Tommy and I live, if you live up the hill, your property tax is going to be higher than if you live down the hill.
Right.
If you live in $1 million house up the hill, right, and you have $1 million house down the hill, same size house. Let me say same size house, 5 bedrooms, 25 bathroom, basement, 2-car garage. The person up the hill will pay more property tax than the person down the hill for a same size house.
Okay.
Because of location.
Mm-hmm. Also, you're saying not only about type of building too.
Yes.
How richly appointed a building is.
Yes.
Even if location is going to be a huge determinant as to how much you pay.
Yeah. And if the government continues with this 2% tax, that is still regressive and oppressive.
Okay. Well, the point is we must have a conversation with the communities, and we must go on radio and TV and talk about these matters. We must do so. And it must not be left only to the politicians. It must, the people whom we have educated at the universities and so on, the elites where knowledge and information are concerned, must join the discussion. I don't find there's enough variety of people who are willing to go on the radio and on TV and calmly but logically factually discuss the state of affairs. It should not be left to government. Sometimes the government ministers speak out of turn. They're really like your friend, Mr. Manning. They have not done the research, and but they go on TV because somebody probably called them to talk. And what they do is to echo what the Prime Minister probably has said. The Prime Minister has so many things to say about that there is information that he might misrepresent. You follow, and then of course his followers pick him up on those on that misinformation and the thing.
Correct.
You follow. So I'm just saying it's not only up to them. People have to learn. People have to practice democracy and Slim in a way that this country does not. But it's important for us to learn how to research facts, how to compare what our response, what the government does and our response to what they do. It seems to me that we may be wrong at times, but the point is we have to go through that. And if government has to change its policies as a result of the research that we bring to bear on an idea, on a proposal, then that's how it ought to be. I don't see much of that happening in the country.
You know, Dr. James, and before we go for the break, we're going to try to hold it for another 5 minutes. We're going to respect your time. Dr. James, let me give you an example, right? The Minister of Finance stood up in Parliament and said the property tax was 2.7%. And I stated that the property tax was 3%. And I stated to anyone, just tell me what your annual rental value is. I will deduct 10% and I will tell you what your annual property tax is. Brian Manning, the minister in the Ministry of Finance, says, I don't know what I'm talking about. Right. Then recently, everybody in the government is saying that the property tax is 3%.
Well, that's because Colum Imbert came out and, quote unquote, corrected the information that the Prime Minister apparently gave when he was down south in one of his conversations with the Prime Minister. Yeah.
And it's kind of sad that the government is not even getting that right. So Dr. James, can you hold for us for a minute? We're going to go for a quick break and we'll be right back. And we only hold you for another 5 minutes and then we let you go. Stick and stay.
Thank you.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics.
Let me just that we leave your listeners with a particular point of clarity, right?
Okay.
So let me say, first, your understanding is that there's only one rate, and that's 3%. Is that correct?
No, they have changed it to 2%.
2%.
They have gone down from 3 now?
Yes, they have gone down from 3. Based on what we did here at WZYE 95.9 FM,
My bad. It's from 3 to 2. Right.
Yes,
So
it's now 2%.
everybody pays 2%.
Everybody across the board.
And that 2% is applied to what? That make sure people know what you're saying.
Okay, so what
ARV.
they have ARV is the annual rental value.
Annual rental value.
It will take a 10% deduction of that.
The value must be known to the occupier of the premises.
Right. So what happens is that they come up with an ARV, whether they send a drone to see your house, or whether they come with a binoculars and look at your house, whatever they come with, or if they take a site, and they say, all right, here is what we believe you can get monthly from rent for your house.
For
right?
every building.
Right. Just residential.
Oh, you're dealing with the residential.
Just residential. Right? And they say that we come up to 100,000. They will then give you a 10% deduction from the 100,000. So 10% of 100,000 is 10%. They minus that from the 100,000. Then you are now at 90,000. And now they will take 2% of that $90,000 to get your annual rent, the annual property tax.
So 90% of the annual rental value.
Right. So it's now 90,000 times 2%, right, of the annual rental value. 90,000 times 2%, and that will be your annual property tax. And then you divide that by 12 to get your monthly property.
Applies to all houses.
All houses.
Okay.
All. So therefore, Dr. James, if you have a little parlor on your property or downstairs your house, that is not considered to be residential. That is commercial.
Right.
So at some point in time in the future, they go bust property tax on you for that, for 5%.
Right.
That's a different property tax altogether.
Right. Tell me something. If two houses are located in the same general area, if they're two houses, right? But one has a commercial value of, let's say, $1 million.
Okay.
And the other has a commercial value of $100,000. Will the commercial value be taken to be the annual rental value?
No, when they get to commercial properties.
No. I didn't say commercial property. I said the commercial value.
Or the annual rental value then.
No, I'm not dealing with that just yet. I am saying here are two houses in the same neighborhood. And what I am asking is for your understanding as to whether, given the sameness of location, they will pay the same rate given the commercial value of both properties.
Yes.
One, you could have two properties in a location, but one costs far more than the other.
Right. They pay the same rate. They'll pay the same rate.
That's the point I'm making.
Right. They will pay the same rate.
Now, somebody, I know the guy's name, but I won't call his name, in that conversation with the Prime Minister in the South, was saying that people found that was unfair. That the guy with the lower value house should not have to pay the same thing as the guy with the higher value house.
And that's logical.
Sorry?
That's logical.
That's quite logical.
That's quite
In fact, that guy was saying to the Prime Minister, and that got the Prime Minister riled up. But the guy was saying to the Prime Minister that, where Anselm, you are saying take off 10%. What they are saying here, the guy was suggesting, is that don't implement 100% at this time. Implement 50%. That's what he was suggesting.
Yeah.
The minister was saying, no. Basically, what he was saying is that because all around the world, people pay property tax. And this business about people thinking that the government is exploiting the people, being unfair, does not hold water with him, because he knows that people in this country who are resisting the payment of the property tax go to America, for example, and line up to pay.
I don't know where you get that from.
I don't know if you guys heard that news.
Yeah, I don't line up to pay my property tax.
It's not true.
You don't line up to pay.
No, every time I get my property tax, I want to go on. I go and challenge my property tax.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like to hear that kind of talk.
Yeah, I challenge my. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where he just gets some stuff from. I don't know if people just tell him, if he does email him, or if he does text him, or if he does get by TT post. I don't know.
Well, the people in his office, and he has an office that he has staffed. It is his office, so he has to have good people there. It is he, for example, appointed Manning as the minister in the office of the prime minister. So you have to pay the state funds are paid for people to advise him. He can't check everything. Let's give him that. He can't check everything, but the people that he employs to advise him must be able to check and then advise him. So when he comes out to talk, he should not be allowed to misrepresent a situation. You understand the point I'm making?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And apparently, Mr. Manning did not advise him accurately.
Well,
apparently, or just simply ran with what he said. You follow?
Yeah, I want to believe. I want to believe. I can say this. This RPNM government have bungled this property tax in Trinidad and Tobago 500%.
Okay. Well, that's before we break in this little conversation that we have from time to time, and ask you guys don't really believe that we're gonna have a snap election, do you?
No, I don't believe that.
I believe anything can happen.
Yeah, okay.
I absolutely don't believe we have a snap election.
I believe anything can happen.
What says you? What says you, Dr. James? What says you? What says you? What says you?
I think that we are too far away from the date when it ought to be, the general date. Obviously, we don't have a date when elections are held, not like the United States, for example. We don't have a date, but we have a time limit, and it's 5 years really. And so there is a window during which you decide when the date will be. The date, of course, is given by the prime minister. So, but I think that we are at least 9 months away from those elections. That election will be in 2025.
I agree.
And probably in the first quarter of 2025, but I have to go back and check my dates. Yeah. So I'm thinking the prime minister has no reason so far, no reason, except he thinks he's catching the opposition with their pants down. He has no reason to prematurely call an election.
None. Absolutely.
So why would he do that? There's nothing yet to force him to do so. And there are things that he really wants to see concluded, which we don't have time to go through now. Before he can call that date, he actually thinks, for example, that his road repair program has to be finished before that happens. Yeah, that's an example.
Yeah?
Yeah. Then I read into today's paper that 200 WhatsApp employees
going home
are going to be separated.
Going home, yeah.
Yes. And these WhatsApp people are, by and large, PNM people.
Yeah. Well, they go get a good going away package. They go get very good. They go get excellent going away package, and then they go rehire them as consultants.
And there are about 40 or so managers, and they are thinking that it's time they reduce the number.
That election gimmick too.
They have to talk. So I'm just saying there are all kinds of things to talk about, but as you know, political conversations do not end. They move from chapter to chapter. So and even some chapters are not finished properly. So, gentlemen,
it's always a pleasure.
By agreement,
yes,
maybe take my leave.
Absolutely. We always appreciate you coming and joining us, Dr. James.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And all the best to you guys, right? And as we say, all your work good, eh?
Yes.
All right, good.
We'll do our best. All right.
You do the same.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
There you have
it. But Anselm, you don't believe that a snap election can come?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
You see, Tommy, you have to know the personality you're dealing with, and the personality that we are dealing with gonna ride this out to the end, because he's not gonna do the same thing what Patrick Manning did.
Probably not. But
He's not.
if he feels that he's strong, you don't think he'll go for it?
Nah. What he wants to do, he wants to implement a few gimmicks before he calls the election. So he could come on the platform and tell you, well, look, all you see them roads, what we do, right? All them renovations, all them sod we turn, and all them kind of thing. And then you could have those who go along, get along, our PNM gang, we gurgitate the same thing. You know, the fella, he's tripping, he's very astute, you know.
Yeah, he has political savvy.
He's very astute. I mean, people think because we talk about what they do, then Prime Minister Rowley is very astute. Very astute. Listen, he just saying down there and telling people say, oh God, it's election mode, you're gonna call it, ain't gonna call. As a matter of fact, we have an editorial on that we're gonna release soon. 10 reasons why we're not gonna have a snap election in 2024. 10 reasons why. Yeah. And people say, well, the UNC have been fighting and now we go call it. Nah. Why do you believe all these things happening with the turning sod here, the repairing roads here, we have road programs, they turning sod like crazy, you know.
Do you think they're impressing the voter?
Their base, yeah. You know, all they're trying to do is to keep the base, you know. They're not trying to win over other people, you know.
You see, but like I've been saying and like I keep trying to say, Tobago is gonna be the king or queen maker.
Yeah, but Tobago had to get their act together, though.
Do you think the PNM has strength in Tobago at this time?
You can't underestimate them in Tobago, because when you look at the amount of votes many people won seats by, it was like 10 votes, 20 votes, 30 votes. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot of votes.
Remember, Tobago is left and is east and west, you know.
No, I understand that. But you see the thing about it, Tommy, is that you have to take into consideration we are the PDP, we have the TPP, and we have the PNM. Right?
The PDP don't have no. Do you really think the PDP has?
Yes.
Stuff?
Yes. You cannot underestimate, even though Watson Duke is in the political cemetery, you cannot underestimate Watson Duke. Even though he's in the political cemetery, you cannot underestimate him. Because, Tommy, what can happen is that the PDP can take votes away from the TPP and make the PNM ride out into the sunset.
I think Tobago people are wise enough to know better.
I am not saying that they're not wise enough to know better. I'm just saying that when you look at the political landscape, right? When it was TPP, when it was PDP, that was PDP and TPP in one. Right? So if the PDP get votes in Roxborough, for example, that is one. Now you have, and the East and West now, right? Now you have TPP and PDP. So that'll be splitting the votes, which was going to go to one party.
I want to believe PDP really don't have that much stock.
Nah, you can't underestimate. Even though Watson Duke is in the political cemetery, as far as I am concerned, you cannot underestimate him. That's just my thinking. Man Meha say Rowley cannot win Tobago. Yeah, we can say that, but Captain Singh say, Tommy, PNM has one thing in Tobago that UNC don't have. They have African voters. Yeah, that people in Tobago, they just
Yeah, but when we talk about the TPP versus PNM,
no, no. It's TPP, PDP versus the PNM. Now, if you ask me, Tommy, if the TPP and PDP, if there was just one other party against the PNM, it will be a better. They could have repeated what they've done, right, previously, if it just was one party. You see? Yeah. Caribbean so say plenty Tobagonians love Duke. So don't underestimate him, Tommy. Duke have a new party or yeah. So I think that we have to look at this politics and say, yes, the TPP is in power, right? But you remember, right, when they went into power, it was the PDP.
Agree.
And Watson Duke still have a base in Roxborough. And I mean, Roxborough is my father's constituency. And I was concerned when I see them people in Roxborough kick him like a booby leader, like a Sunday booby.
I'm still concerned.
Yeah, but I think he will still be a viable person when that general election comes. And then again, Tommy, it depends on if Farley is going to run for one of those seats. I don't know the dynamics between being the THA chief and running for one of those seats. I should ask Dr. James that. I gotta ask him that. Can you run for a seat while you're the THA chief? I don't know. But definitely Duke gonna run for one of those seats. Right? And he's gonna get votes. Yeah? Duke make a big mess up in Tobago.
That's what I think.
Yeah. I still think you cannot underestimate him.
I think he has spent his political power.
Okay. Caribbean Soul said, Wall Street, what about if I had a 2-bedroom house and after the RBR do the assessment, I decided to extend my house? I will be still paying a tax of a 2-bedroom house? Of course you will be, until they come back next year. When you come back next year, it's not a 2-bedroom house no more. And to me, people overlooking that 2% next year might not be 2%. 2% this year might not be 2% next year. And the Prime Minister said that. He said that. So my friend Fox Islam says ARV in Valson will be more than ARV in Lavantil. Location is a factor in determining ARV. We said that.
Yep.
It's location. However, Fox Islam, the problem is the 2% tax. 2% tax in Valson should not be the same 2% in Lavantil. It shouldn't be.
Agree.
You see, that is the big difference. So, on that, I want to question a person. And this is on property tax. And I want to get to the little mashup in the UNC with respect to Rushton Parry and the youth arm of the UNC coming out and condemning Rushton Parry, right? For him going up for the
leadership
of the UNC. All right, here it is. I'm not going to play the whole of this, but this is Stephen Reese. And you cannot discuss property tax and talk about the annual rental value and not talk about the percentage. They go hand in hand. Tommy, do you agree?
Agree.
Okay. So
let me just stand up for a minute.
Okay. All right. So listen to this.
Yeah, people. So right now I'm currently here waiting on a meeting, so I'll still upload this video real quick. I was watching the news the other night, and I think it's the People Meter, and they were asking people what they thought about the Minister of Finance bringing the 3% of the property tax down to 2%. And people are like, yeah, we're glad for that, and this, that, and I think that's a good thing, and blah, blah, blah. I just want to see if that's your thoughts and your initial reaction on that stunt that he come to pull in Parliament last week Friday. You're an idiot. Plain talk, bad manners. You have to be a fool. And I'll explain you why. The issue with the property tax have nothing to do on whether it's 3% or 2%. Absolutely nothing to do with that. The issue with the property tax is the formula that they use, the method that they use to value your property. All right? Now let me explain something real quick.
Sorry, Stefan. You are 100% wrong. 100%. The valuation of your house, whatever valuation they use, right? And the percentage go hand in hand. And that's why we stated that the property tax is regressive and oppressive. A person living in Westmoreland, I'm fed up repeating this. A person living in Westmoreland or Federation Park should not be paying the same property tax percentage as a person living in Mova, Lavantel, and environs. A person who owns a 2x4 shack should not be paying the same 2x4. A person who owns a 2x4 shack should not be paying the same property tax as a person who owns a 2x4 shack in Westmoreland. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. The 2% property tax is regressive and oppressive. And I've stated over and over and over. We have the highest property tax based on the tax assessed value in the United States of America. And my next door neighbor doesn't pay the same percentage as myself, or my next door neighbor doesn't pay the same percentage, or my next door neighbor doesn't pay the same percentage. It goes hand in hand. Hand in hand. Hey, Mr. Florida, welcome.
Hey, good evening, Mr. Hansel, and good evening, Mr. Tommy.
Mr.
Hansel, I understand what you're saying, but what you're fighting for? I think that the PNM supporters and them who just be calling and begging to pay the property tax, they should be paying 10%. Let them pay the money. Because them just be calling and begging for it. You understand? So better they say the PNM supporters and them who calling and begging to pay 10% of the annual rental value. Because they're not fighting for it, they're going to pay it. But you see, the thing is, what they don't understand is that just like how gas raise every year, there's every year the property tax going to raise because they had to draw revenue from that because there are no foreign direct investment going on in Trinidad right now. Because as I hear all over the news, the industry is feeling oil and gas is done. And we even started to diversify Trinidad as yet.
Correct. Correct.
So you don't believe that if they diversify the economy, that they're going to be able to pull back a little?
Yeah, true, Mr. Tommy. So right now, the only thing they could do is tax. So all them PNM supporters will be calling, yeah, pay your property tax 10%. Them should have be paying $20,000 a year. I look on and understand, Mr. Answer. Great conversation.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
You're wicked, bro. You're wicked. You want to take 10%? Nah, I wouldn't pay 10%, man. They wouldn't be able to afford that. They wouldn't be able to afford that. I don't think that. Julie said Duke have a new party. What party
What's
is that?
the party?
I don't think I don't
What's
know.
the party, Jude?
What's the name of the party? Captain Singh said walls, my house is 12 bedrooms and 12 bathrooms are under pressure. Nah,
Sing
they
is
were
too much.
KFC, what's your story?
Afternoon, Mr. Washington. Afternoon, Mr. Tommy. I see you have a check, Mr. Rooster, for misleading the public before we can clear about that.
Yeah. Let me go and put that one right now. Let me put that one on right now as you call. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Listening.
Yeah, bless. You know, Tommy. Yeah, let me play that one right now. Tommy.
True.
I don't understand where that fella does get his facts from, you know. I feel he must go in the labas and get you facts from the labas. Listen to this, fella. Listen to this, folks. Folks, I want all you to share this video far and wide too, because we have to call them to order in order for them when they come on the radio station, they are responsible with their information. And they cannot be irresponsible. Tommy, listen to this.
Now, after 14 years, from 2010 to 2015 up until today, no one have been fingered in the OAS scandal that have bled this country to the tune of almost 33% of our budget. $15 billion is nearly a third of our budget, and out of that comes the fallout, where there is no money to do things that we could have done with that kind of money that was spent during that period of time. It doesn't grow on trees, and that's the problem we are having. You know, people are saying it's 10 years ago. How are you going to be talking about that? But once you spend the money, where are we going to get it?
Fact check. The most recent budget for Trinidad and Tobago is estimated at Trinidad and Tobago $59.209 billion. Therefore, $15 billion is not 1/3 of Trinidad and Tobago's most recent budget. 1/3 of the budget would be approximately Trinidad and Tobago $19.736 billion. It's important to note that the figures are in Trinidad and Tobago dollars, TT dollar, not US dollars. Once again, Mr. Arooster gets his information wrong in trying to mislead the population of Trinidad and Tobago.
Tommy, we could get content for years to come, you know. I don't want that fella to go nowhere, you know. Seriously. I want him to stay right there. Because every week we gain content, man. Every week. And the sad thing is that he's a PNM activist on radio, you know. He's a PNM activist. That is what the PNM putting on the radio, you know, the RPNM, you know. The man's Tommy boy. Anyway.
Obviously something working with him because he's still there.
I don't know what to say, boy.
Something working for him. Or for them.
You think so?
Something.
Okay.
Dr. James didn't give us valuations in Tobago.
No, I don't think we asked him, you know. Caribbean Soul says, I don't support Rushton, although I agree the party should have an internal election. Rushton is a new member in the UNC. He was once a PNM minister and joined the UNC in 2015. Okay. Denise, good afternoon. Someone, Ken John says, someone has to stand up to the UNC. They need a new leader. Too much crap taking place in the UNC party to the top level. Okay. Fox Islam says, everybody in Trinidad turned valuator, right? Restocking nonsense. I agree with you, Fox Islam. What that what he just said there makes absolutely no sense. No sense. Tommy, how you could justify, all right, let me get the valuation right, but I still have to pay the same 2% as Dr. Rowley. Help me now, Tommy. Help me.
That, as far as I'm concerned, the entire property tax setup right now needs to go on pause, and a correct assessment has to be done for the whole scheme.
You are absolutely. They need to blow up. They need to blow up that property tax in Trinidad and Tobago and start afresh. And you know what?
Ground zero.
Ground zero. And you know what? Bring experts to help you all guys structure the thing.
Right.
Start first with structuring it. That's the first thing they have to do. Because they totally get it wrong. They totally wrong. And they continue. And you know what too? Do not have 4, 5, and 6 people in the RPNM talking about property tax. Have maybe 1 or 2 individuals and give them the script. You know, like how just give them the script on radio?
Right.
For they tell them, well, all you can't talk about this, all you can talk about this. We don't really want to talk about property tax. All you talk about that. We don't want to talk about crime in the country. All you talk about that. But all you can talk about Kamala and the UNC. Don't talk about crime. Don't talk about property tax. Right? Don't talk about them buildings up in Canada or abandoned and sitting on there for years, and we're going to build a new building down the road. Don't talk about that. Talk about Kamala and the UNC. Right? They need to give them a script to tell them. Yeah. Tommy, how could a government get property tax so wrong, boy?
I don't know. I can't figure it out, because this is the information age. There's so much information out there. There's so easy. It's so easy to check and verify and come up with the correct information. I mean, maybe to us it's easy, but I don't know. Maybe it's a bunch of square pegs in round holes.
You're being very generous. Or did you mean square holes in wrong pegs?
Either or, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It doesn't work.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, but Denise G asks, Wall Street, do they have property information available for citizens to buy counties or regions in TNT? Denise, shut up.
Property value info?
Yeah, do you have property value info available for citizens to buy counties or regions in TNT?
There has to be some kind of guideline that can be followed.
Tommy, property tax is brand new in Trinidad and Tobago. They don't have no information about that.
But they could do the research.
Oh, they could do it. Yeah, they could.
Yeah, they can do the research.
COP, happy Sunday.
Wall Street.
Yeah.
Good afternoon to you, Wall Street, and good afternoon to you, Uncle Tony.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Konje.
Wall Street, we don't need no property tax in Trinidad over here. We don't want the European and the American laws and them in Trinidad over here. In CARICOM in Trinidad over here, we are accustomed paying land and building tax. Or they can review the land and building tax. Don't bring no property tax over here. If they want to bring foreign laws over here, bring the foreign laws, which part you must see about the senior citizens. You must have proper road. You must have proper schools. If you want to bring them kind of laws in this country over here, we go accept them things. But them kind of European and foreign laws, property tax, we don't want that in the Caribbean. The Caribbean is land and building tax.
Land and building is property.
We over here, we don't want that. That's why when they come back in, they're going to scrap that.
Kunji.
They're going to scrap that property tax.
Kunji, hold on.
They're not making no...
Tommy, I have a question for you. Go ahead, Tommy.
Kunji, your land and your building is not your property?
Huh?
Your land and your building, is it not your property?
I know but Tony had to raise up your volume a little bit.
He said if your land and your property is not your property. Your land and the building is not your property.
Yeah, that is my property. That is what I pay tax from the beginning to get so I can achieve that.
Well, he's saying that's property tax.
I pay tax in everything.
He's saying that's property tax. You just call it something different.
I pay tax in everything. I didn't pay property tax. I paid tax in everything and still paying tax in everything. And then when I achieve my property, I have a colonial master come to tell me, all right, you pay tax in everything and find a way to fight property tax now. So I must pay that property tax until I'm dead. And if I owe it, when the children and them get a building, them inherit that property tax too. That law in America, all they had a law there.
Well, if you get in forgiveness, again forgiveness. And that's final.
Yeah. If all they had a law there, that is the constitutions of the Americans and them. The constitution of the Americans and not nothing to do with Trinidad.
If they were truly following American Constitution, Kunji, what would happen is that if you have a forgiveness of tax because you're a senior, it's a forgiveness. It's something that's rolling over for it.
We would have a better life over here. We would have 600 murders. Concentrate on them things first.
Yeah, Kunji.
Concentrate on them things.
Kunji, Tommy said if they have a forgiveness in America, is that true forgiveness? When you're forgiven, you don't have to pay it again. Nobody don't have to pay it. For example, we have a forgiveness for debt here, school loans, college loans in this country. Joseph Biden has forgiven many people with respect to school loans that many people have taken on. When you're forgiven, means you don't have to pay it again. You are forgiven. But in Trinidad, forgiven means somebody else will be had to give back. In Trinidad.
In Trinidad, you don't forgive me?
give. Somebody else had to give.
The white man who in the government $5 million, we write off that. That means the forgiver. But it have no forgiveness in Trinidad. What type of government will draft up a law which part the citizens can end up losing their property? Let me be honest with all you. Many people I know, mother and father did well and build a nice home. Today they're not wrong and leave it for the children. Leave it sometime for his son and his daughter. But you know, them not doing well. Them struggling to even get 10 days in a URP worker. And them are really working away, cutting a loan and things. You feel them can pay the property tax to what the mother and father leave for them. Some of them inherit that house from the grandmother. Some of them have the property over here and away. They're in America right now, and this property just pack up over here for years. What the government doing? Watching that property to take that property from them? Or when the people them come back home, they meet a big bill on the property. That is what they're going to do. What kind of government will draft laws? What kind of citizen will consider them kind of laws? Look Canada, the picture what it's showing. Look at how much buildings. Look at how much buildings over there. Nobody living in it. Everybody afraid to go over there. Everybody afraid to go there. Why they don't fix that first? That's what they need to fix first. But Arusta Wall Street, you mustn't take he on. I hear he say something on radio the other day and I get to understand. He reached later and he said some hawk and spit bar. There is go where he just go pass by some hawk and spit bar. That fella just drink rum before he come and talk. So when he drink rum, he talk garbage and foolishness on national radio. What's sad about it? He get the opportunity. He get the opportunity to drink rum and come and talk garbage on national radio. You ever see how Julia David just pull him up? I don't want to hear you. I'm not on you right now, and I don't want to hear you. See your face, the smallest boy face you see when Julia David pull him up on radio. You must pull him. You must pull them, clip on them, and show that how small he faces it. It and nobody else could answer he back. But Julia Davy could have he in the place right through. And Julia Davy, let me tell you, what Aruka is be doing, Renuka is be doing, it is be distracting you from performing your professional part of your agenda. He just be distracting you bad. If I were you, I would have 2 days alone there with me. 2 days or one and an hour and a half on the program or 1 hour. There's 2 hours. Give him 1 day and 1 hour because he deserves to be a radio talk show host. He's a disrespecter. He's a disrespecter man. He has no masculinity. I see more femininity in the words. Uncle Tony, keep your American laws out there. Keep your American laws. Don't bring that in Trinidad over here. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I agree. I agree with you. I fully agree with you.
It's really easy. Fox Islam said, and some I disagree with you. Higher value, you pay more. You know, Fox Islam, I want you to take that red earplugs out your left ear. Please take it out. Please take it out. Tommy, 2% of 1 million is more than 2% of 500,000.
Of course.
Everybody know that. Fox Islam. The question is, the regressive and oppressive of the 2% tax across the board. How much time do I have to say that? A person living in Fairways, let me change Westmoreland. A person living in Fairways shouldn't be paying the same 2% as a person living in Mova with a 2x4 shack. And it was proven the person with the $96,000 annual rental value shack, them shouldn't be paying the same 2%, which was 3% prior, as a person living in Fairways. Oh God, what part of that they can understand, Tommy? Tommy, what they missing?
I ain't sure what he missing, but he just don't get it.
You don't get it?
Just don't get it.
Or you don't want to get it? Which one it is?
Probably don't want to get it.
Nah, I think you don't want to get it. And here comes, I don't know what Hailey agreeing with. Hailey, what you agreeing with? I don't what Hailey, them should pay 40,000 in tax for real. You mean the PNM people? That's what he said. Yeah. I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah. You know what he's saying.
I agree with that. True. They should be paying 40,000 property tax in their preference. Yeah.
What Judy said, that man is a dunce illiterate backwards creature. I don't know why he's on there. Oh, Judy.
The man say 33% of the budget is $15 billion. He ain't even go on, before you say it, you could easily go and Google the last budget. Right? Easily. And then you could do a quick math and you could say, well, 33% of the budget between 15 to 19 million. Right? You could get them a pack, a ball pack. Yeah? But you decide now, boy. You go just throw it
up on the wall.
Throw it on the wall and see what will stick. All right. So what is this one here? Is there?
Tommy, I painted it white.
Okay, Tommy, I painted white like a plantation or from the deep south. What you paint white? What you paint white, Tommy?
Painted his house.
Oh, like a plantation from down deep south Georgia. You know, Capitan living in Georgia too, you know. You have a palatial estate in Georgia too, you know. If you see the picture, I send a drone over the place, you know.
I think I seen a picture of it. He has a pretty large structure.
If you see it, boy. If you see it, oh God, Capitan, boy.
Fuck Islam. How do I become a evaluator in Trinidad and Tobago? Bachelor of Science degree in Estate Survey or Bachelor of Science degree in Property Valuation and Management, Diploma in Property Economics, Diploma in General Practice Surveying, successful completion of the final examination of the Royal Institution.
But you know
surveyors.
But you know something, boy? Fox Islam, I am surprised that you posted that, you know. I am surprised. All right. You know why I'm surprised, Tommy? Because listen to this.
I have another internal memorandum from the Valuation Division, and this now deals with the quality of the persons and the qualifications of the persons who are conducting these assignments. Madam Speaker, this is to the Ministry of Finance Permanent Secretary from the Valuation Assistant 3 Committees, November 12, 2018, complaint in respect of the hiring procedure adopted for the employment of the contract position of Graduate Valuation Surveyor 2, Ministry of Finance Valuation Division. And it quotes, this letter serves as a complaint into the hiring procedure of Graduate Valuation Surveyor 2 by the Ministry of Finance. A letter of complaint, Madam Speaker, in terms of the hiring process of persons who are in charge of the valuation of properties. This is what it says. The advertisement of Graduate Valuation Surveyor 2, which is attached, indicates in knowledge section that the applicant should possess a Bachelor of Science degree in Estate Surveying or Bachelor of Science degree in Property Valuation and Management, and a successful completion of the final examination of the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors. I quote, Madam Speaker, none of the candidates invited to the interview possessed the successful completion of the final examination of the Royal.
None possessed.
I mean, I don't know. Fox Islam and them just think them has done other PNM program that has gone and could come and try this this information. Let me put it like that. Information.
Misinformation.
Yeah, misinformation. Come, Fox Islam, none, zero, duck, none, not. None of them have the qualifications. Yes. How do you become a evaluator? Yes, but none of them had it. None of them. Oh God, Fox Islam, man. Always make it too easy, man. Oh God. Only make it a little yeah, what you say now? Oh God. When he get exposed, Saddam Hussein on nonsense. Oh God. Tommy, he didn't know that we had that day. We just had them things there waiting for them, you know, like MAPP. Waiting for them to come. All year, we have decided, we really and truly believe. Listen to this. Yeah, KFC.
Oh, Mr. Wall Street.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Tommy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, KFC.
With Mr. Roostana. I keep forgetting to be coming here. If you feel like you stay talking, you drinking partner, you know, can spit, you know.
Fucking spit. I like that one.
Come on, I talk a lot of nonsense. I try to start politically correct, you know.
You know, but he convincing, you know. I'll get it true. He's very convincing.
Yeah.
When he say that thing, he'll be like, yes, what? 15 billion is 33.33% of the budget. Yeah.
If he be to that whole gather them in the square.
I'm sure talk.
Your people, we are technology right in front of you. You can find, you can Google and get information.
God.
And mother says they get information from Crow.
Oh,
oh shit, man! I sure I speak to man. I look to this.
Yeah,
very respect.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Caribbean so say Foxes copy and paste that comment from Google. But it's not the same statement he comment and post. Saddam Hussein talk about the same qualifications. And he say Saddam Hussein talking stupidness. Imagine that. This Tommy,
Wow.
yeah, the same information he just read. I put it up on the screen. Saddam Hussein read it, and all you see, Saddam Hussein read it, and Fox Islam saying is nonsense. Oh God, Foxy man, come on, man, come on, man. No. If we didn't have that information, you would have get away with it, you know.
Oh yeah.
You would have get away with it. Yeah, you have beat each other. Yeah, but we went and watched it on them program and we catch them. We catch them. But no, Fox, we catch you. Oh God! Hell yes. I like that one too bad.
Fox
Yeah.
is not.
Yeah, Fox is loud. I'm a partner, I'm a PNM partner, you know.
Oh, you know him?
Oh, you mean I'm a real PNM partner, boy? Hey, Mr. Florida, you see we catch Foxy, boy? We catch him.
Hey, but I'm not going to call to say something, Mr. Azam, Mr. Tommy. You see, now, if they had leave Kamla in power, all also he had a Windows 11 computer and he wouldn't have been using this stuff. I get corrected. You see what I say? Well,
yeah, thanks. Fox, get rid of that Vista computer you're using, man. That's Google 0.0. Yeah, Vista, the one using. Yeah, what you say? Hate confusing your judgment. Which judgment, Fox? Which? Yeah, man. All right, before we go, yeah, Denise. So then you already have property tax in place because land and taxes and building tax are property tax. But the government say land and building tax was 7%.
Of what?
What they said to me, it was 7% to reduce it to 3%. Watch now.
7% of what?
But Tommy, hear this now. Make this make sense. All right. Land and building tax was 7%. Reduce it to 3%. That is more than 100% reduction, right? 3%.
Right.
More than 100%. You also go down an additional percent to 2%. Make it make sense that, Tommy. If you go from 7 to 3, you're going down to 1, you're going down to 2. Eh? Oh God.
Of what? Of what?
Ah boy. Oh God. I don't know what to say. No. I really don't know what else to say. Yeah? Let me put back up Fox Islam. How do I become a chartered? How do I become a valuator in Trinidad and Tobago?
Let's move on.
All right. Listen now. All right. Let me play this before we go. Eh? I want to play this before we go. Hold on. Saddam Hussein says none had the qualification. That is nonsense. Okay. Margaret, you went and type on Google how to be evaluated and copy the whole message. Oh God. All right. Let me go with this one real quick, Tommy. Tommy, so there's infighting in the UNC, and the UNC you put out a message. And let me listen to this real quick.
To all editors from UNC National Youth Arm dated March 23, 2024. Are we moving forward or backward as a party? I am expressing deep concern over the composition of the team of Mr. Rushton Pere, which was displayed by a photograph on the front page of the Saturday Express and Guardian newspapers, where there was a notable absence of youth and women representation. In today's political landscape, it is imperative for leadership teams to reflect the diversity and multidimensionality of our society. By assembling a team that lacks representation from the youth demographic and women, Rushton Pere is inadvertently sending a message that his administration, if given a chance to lead the UNC, may marginalize these essential segments of the population. The voices of young individuals and women are vital in shaping policies and decisions that will resonate with all citizens. Their absence from Rushton Pere's team raises concerns about inclusivity, equality, and the ability to address a wide range of issues that affect the entire Trinidadian community. What are the real intentions of those claiming to be loyal UNC members? What are the intentions of those claiming that the UNC must have an internal election to create the best version of the party, which will be ready to win the next general election? Is it that their vision of the best version of the party is considered as exclusive, where the voices of every gender, religion, race, and age will not be heard and included? Are we, the UNC members, going to sit back and accept the attempts of a few to erode the years of progress, inclusivity, and diversity made under the leadership of Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar? The significant strides and advancements that we have made as a party and a country under the great leadership of Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar to create a more equitable party and society should never be ignored or forgotten. We should never accept moving backward to a place where the voices of women, youths, and the marginalized were once ignored and did not have an equal place in this society. Mrs. Persad-Bissessar has embraced a more inclusive approach to leadership, which not only strengthened our great party, the United National Congress, but also demonstrated a genuine, unwavering commitment and dedication to representing all citizens. Her leadership shaped a more equitable and progressive society of Trinidad and Tobago. We must reject Rushton Perry and all those who are promoting exclusivity. We must reject all those who are discrediting the progress and development that we have made as a party over the last 14 years under the leadership of Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar. We must reject the blatant disrespect shown to own membership. We must stay focused on the mission, which is removing this PNM government from office and restoring good governance to the people of Trinidad and Tobago under the astute leadership of Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar. The UNC National Youth Arm will continue to work along with Mrs. Persad-Bissessar and the UNC NATEX as we work together to ensure that this PNM government is removed from office. Daniel Rashid, Chairman of the National Youth Arm, United National Congress.
And there you have it, Tommy. That is a press release from the UNC Youth Arm. But we don't have time, but we're going to continue that tomorrow. We then have 12 MPs from the UNC who have come out in support of Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar. And we're going to continue that tomorrow. All right, so folks, we're going to continue. So folks, put
closing
Caribbean Soul, Margaret, Fox Islam, put a closing comment in the chat now. Put a closing comment in the chat. You know, we like to have some quotes in the chat here. You know, we like to put some positivity too. And hey, you know what? Let me play this positive quote here before we go real quick. Listen to this.
You must say mad. Give up? When? No? Alright, give up. What happened to your kids then? What happened to your family? What happened to the people them that genuinely love you but not tell you? What happened to the people them that you inspire secretly on a daily basis? Yes, life is hard. The whole of we have it hard. Some mask it better than others. But anytime you feel down and you feel defeated, you better turn around and see where you have come from. Every obstacle that was meant to destroy you, every trial and tribulation that you have conquered, and you're still there, you have purpose. Move forward and understand that life is hard. But stop being so hard on yourself. Cheer for yourself. Give up where? You're mad? Believe the hype.
There you have
Make
it.
good sense. Yep.
Yeah, at least when you come in the village, you will get some
food.
Brain food. Thank you very much. Brain food. So folks, Fox is Judy, Caribbean Soul, Margaret, Takesha is still there. Judy, Ken John, Capitan, Denise
Nadia.
G, Nadia, I call Capitan, Hailey. Closing comments in the chat. Mr. Florida is still there. Mean Jean. Wife take away phone from me. I know your wife take away your phone. Somehow. Renwick, if you're still there. Ban Meha, if you're still there. Put closing comments in the chat. Right, folks, we're gonna go for a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Stick on stage. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Walshy and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Yep. You want me to go?
Not yet.
In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Yeah! What's happening? This your boy Lil John.
Hey, yo, this the Yin Yang Twins.
You're listening to the sounds of...
And we doing it real big with my dog.
In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Yeah! What's happening? This your boy Lil John.
Hey, yo, this the Yin Yang Twins.
You are listening to Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on WZYE 95.9 FM.
Yo, what's up? This is Dr. Dre.
What's up, y'all? This is Tupac, Machiavelli the Dawn.
Yo, what's crackin'? This is Big Snoop Deal Double G.
You're in the mix with the one and only Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Yeah, check it out, man. It's your boy Akon.
Hey, what it is, man? It's your boy T-Pain.
You can pop, lock, and drop it. Just don't stop it. Bringing you the jams from the 2000s and more.
Yeah, this is your boy Flo Rida. Believe that.
This is Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Sunday Talk.
And of course, we are back with you. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. So, Tommy, we had a very spirited
discussion with Dr. James and with members of the audience.
Yes. And that incident up there in Canada, it was a heart-breaking situation for me, being that I am from Schumacher, Claventon, and to see 4 buildings that in short space of time could be renovated and have people, poor black, disadvantaged people living in a place with security by the defense force and police to keep it the way it's supposed to be. And it's sad that the government has decided to neglect those 4 buildings. We hope that they see light at the end of the tunnel. But you know, Tommy, sometimes you have to be careful with that, right?
Right. Could be out on the train.
There we go. So what's my closing comment? My closing comment is trying to please everyone in every way is a race you will never win. You can spend all day measuring what people like and don't like, but don't let it change who you are. You are unique for a reason. Every single person is not going to vibe with everything, and that's okay. From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent. When talent does not work hard, and for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. And remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Thank you very kindly, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Tommy, go ahead.
The smallest deed is better than the grandest intention. I'll say it once more. The smallest deed is better than the grandest intention. Like I always say, you have to become that change that you want to see. You, the man in the mirror. However, if you look in that mirror and don't like what you see, do not blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Love you all. Be safe. Stay strong. Talk to you tomorrow, God willing. Good night.
Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
Let me go to the chat here, see what we have before we go. You know, I wonder if you really believe this in truth. I wonder if Fox Islam really believe this. Judy says young people in Trinidad have absolutely no vision for profound changes. They're following the old useless gringos, holding on to power, greed. Rowley Kamala must step out for change. Trinidadians not even going for another party giving them a chance. I wonder if you really believe this in truth. I just think you're right in this. Property tax is good for poor people in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, what about it that's good for them?
I think you're just right in that. I just think you're right in that. I think you must just Google that and post it. Caribbean Social Trinidad and Tobago needs serious economic help. I don't have a kid as yet. Outside here getting more difficult. I would like to see my child have to live in this situation. Okay. Mr. Florida says, closing comment. Faith is the art of holding on to things in spite of your changing moods and circumstances. Denise says, it will be nice to resolve the PT issues for citizens of TNT once and for all. Yeah? Denise said, drop knowledge, bro. Yeah. Jobs and economic development, property tax. Or property tax will create jobs and economic development. That's what he's saying?
That's his opinion.
Okay. All right. Economic development? Okay. All right. If I was Fox Islam, I would have stayed that first comment he made with respect to property tax and how we do it here in the United States. He was 100% correct about that. But after that, he went all downhill. He went up Lady Young and run down the hill.
Slide down. It was raining.
Yeah. He get in a box cat. It was coming down Lady Young.
Slid down the hill.
Straight down the hill. Yeah, straight down the hill. No, so folks, remember, tell a friend to tell a friend. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook and WZYE TV on YouTube. Subscribe. It's free. Free. Right? See everyone tomorrow. Same time. Not same time. We'll be on from 7 to 10 p.m. Take care. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye. Later. Okay. All right, that's not there. Let's go over here. No, we don't want that. We're still here, folks. All right, here we go. Bye-bye. Good night.
This is oh Lord, Trinidad and Tobago. This is DJ Bravo. I'm hurting, you know. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me
Nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up against parliament economy. But let the moderators in another body in a dream. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody's sunburn. Who take the S out of Port of Spain? This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. Now with the love, with the vibes, with the hope. Now tell me something, how we really want we cope. When the children breathing in too much gun smoke. And the Coast Guard can never see a boat. Yes, someone like some goats when they come looking for votes. Hit the empty promises, reading like a horoscope. Justice for sale in a fat envelope. Politically, all the answers is a joke. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up against parliament economy. But look the moderators in another body in a dream. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody's sunburn. Who take the S out of Port of Spain? This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. It doesn't matter the religion, the color, the creed, or the race. It's our responsibility to take care of our place. Champion.